trail cameras are typically used by people who live in areas abundant in wildlife and isolation. They are used to surveil the owner's property, set to snap photos or take video when any sort of movement is detected. Many people will capture all kinds of animals like deer, mountain lions, and bears, to name a few. But some have been known to capture more mysterious things on their trail cameras. A man named Alex Player, who lives in New South Wales, Australia, had a trail cam set up in the woods below his house. He said it had been set up there for weeks without capturing anything out of the ordinary. But one night, it captured something very creepy, putting him in utter shock. Theories range from it being some sort of alien to being some sort of unknown creature, or maybe even a strange person lurking out in the woods. What do you think it is? Legends of mermaids have been shared around the world for millennia. Sightings were allegedly made by early Arabs and Greeks in 586 AD. Many medieval sailors claimed to have seen them, and such reports continued right into the 1900s. Though most sightings were most likely a misidentification of some sort of marine animal, such as a manatee or walrus, many believe there is something more to the mystery surrounding the creature that is supposedly half human, half fish, though no tangible evidence has ever been found. An interesting video was uploaded to TikTok on August 31st, 2021, however, that some believe to show proof that they could actually exist. While surfing out off the coast of California, a woman named Mimi Miller captured something very strange in the background of a photo that she got from a screenshot of a video she took of herself surfing with dolphins in the background. She seems very puzzled as she shows the photo and begins to zoom in on something strange behind her in the water. She first shows a dolphin's fin behind her left side, before showing a very odd shape in the water behind her on the right side. It almost looks like a head and shoulders peeking out from above the water, but there are no defining features of a face or anything that can be fully made out. So is this some sort of mermaid-like creature getting too close to Miller? Or something else?
Hey TikTok, I am screenshotting my video because I saw dolphins in the back of me. So I'm trying to look through my photos, right? And I see that I know that's a dolphin because I saw them behind me. There's me. And then I look over to the side because I'm trying to see the dolphin, and I'm like, what in the hell is that? Like, seriously, what in the hell is that? What the hell is in the water next to me as I know there's a dolphin right there. Dolphin? Mermaid? What the?
In 1966, strange sightings began in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. 5 men were out digging a grave in a cemetery when they claimed to see a brown human being fly right over their heads from a grove of trees. 4 days later, 2 young couples were driving in a car together from a decommissioned explosives factory from World War II when they all claimed to have seen a 6 to 7 foot tall white creature with red eyes and large wings standing near the road. It began to follow them out, but they noticed that it seemed to be afraid of their headlights. They then claimed to have witnessed it flying away at speeds of up to 100 miles an hour. It is said that over 100 more sightings of the strange creature occurred over the next several months. One theory is that these sightings are of nothing more than a large bird, like a sandhill crane, a bird not typically found in the area, but one whose height can get up to around 6 feet, and it can have a wingspan of over 7 feet. While others believe it to be a strange humanoid creature that has since been named Mothman. Overall sightings of the strange creature begin to slow down after about 13 months, and it's rare to hear of any modern encounters with it. But in 2016, a man was driving along State Route 2 when he saw something jumping from tree to tree. He pulled off the road and snapped some pictures. What he seemed to capture was a photo of a creature that appears to have wings with pointed tips and long legs bent at an awkward angle. Many believe this to be the Mothman emerging again after all these years, while others believe it to be nothing more than a hoax. What do you believe? A man named Alex Albrecht was out sailing around the Atlantic Ocean for about 6 weeks when he captured something very interesting on a video that he then uploaded to his TikTok account. As he films the water, there is a massive shark swimming directly next to the boat. The comparison of the shark next to the people standing on the railing of the boat shows how giant the animal is. People immediately began to speculate that he captured the legendary megalodon on video, although it has been said to have been extinct for 3.6 million years. Unfortunately, this isn't likely to be true.
Holy
What we're seeing here is most likely a very large basking shark. These sharks pose no threat to humans and can typically reach lengths of up to 12 meters. Though most likely an explainable video, this was a very cool thing to see, putting into perspective how large some of these creatures can actually get. For thousands of years, the mystical nature of the unicorn has always been shrouded in complete mystery. Stories of these creatures date back to around 2000 BC, and many accounts consider them to be magical creatures with healing abilities. Though talked a lot about throughout history, these creatures have never been proven to have ever actually existed, but there are some who are open to the idea. This video, taken in Wales, was filmed very quickly and ends rather abruptly. We see some kinds of large elevated patches of green grass, when what appears to be a white horse with a horn on its head can be seen grazing in the field. The reason for the short duration of the video is believed by some that the man was filming something that he shouldn't be and he was trying to avoid being caught, while others believe it is questionable and that it's clear evidence that it's faked. What do you think? The skunk ape, also known as the swamp ape in American folklore, is an ape-like creature that is reported to inhabit the forests and swamps of some southeastern United States, most notably in Florida. A similar creature to the legendary Bigfoot, it is said to live a mysterious life, hiding and avoiding human interaction. The earliest well-known skunk ape sighting happened in 1957, when a pair of hunters claimed that a gigantic, smelly ape invaded their camp in the Florida Everglades. The smell was described as a mix between a wet dog and a skunk, thus the creature earned the name skunk ape. In October 2013, a man named Josh Highcliffe was out hunting hogs on the edge of a swamp in Mississippi. While waiting for it to get dark, he saw a large, dark creature crouched by a dead cypress tree about 50 yards away from him. He claims it was positioned upright, digging at the tree, so he quickly pulled out his phone and started recording. As soon as he did so, a truck drove by, causing the creature to stand up. And this is when Highcliffe says he was able to fully make out that the creature looked to be about 7 feet tall, and claims that it was definitely not a bear. The odd thing about the footage is how naturally the creature seems to move while digging at the tree, but of course, no one knows for sure. See for yourself. When the moon is full, many fear the supposed creature that is said to emerge out of the shadows. Depicted in cinema as a human with the ability to transform into a strange half-human, half-wolf hybrid, werewolves have been considered by a majority of people to exist only in the realm of fantasy. There have, however, actually been many strange testimonies claiming to witness such a creature. In 2018, some photos emerged that sparked some interest online. A man was walking on a trail alongside a creek in the Jedediah Smith Redwood Park in Northern California when he noticed something strange in the woods. What appeared to be a dark-colored bipedal canine creature was standing upright in between some trees. He claimed the creature stood at about 7 feet tall. The man then snapped a couple of photos of it before the creature ran off. A YouTube channel called Matt Squatch Presents analyzed one of the photos, zooming in and brightening them so that the creature is a little easier to see. He believes it to actually be a similar creature to the werewolf, one known as the Dogman. Tales of the Dogman come from Native American folklore, and it is like it sounds, half human, half dog. This entity has also allegedly been witnessed for many years. Matt seems very impressed with the photo before he comes to the conclusion that he believes the photos to be genuine and not a hoax even after taking a closer look at the photos. So is he right? Is this the Dogman or a werewolf after all? Or was he fooled? Decide for yourself.
Here's the first picture he snapped of this thing. He saw what it was, he could see it clearly, he could see it moving, and he thinks at first it didn't really know that he was there, or if it did know that it was there, they were kind of sizing each other up. So he snapped this picture, and he couldn't believe what he was seeing, and he was quite frightened and intrigued at the same time, but he was able to get a picture off. But he wasn't happy with this particular first picture because you can see the branch up around where the head, the top of the area is kind of covering the face. So what he relayed to me is that he then decided to take another picture once it kind of moved and he kind of repositioned. And here's that picture where the face isn't obscured. You can clearly see the black outline of this thing. This thing is blacker than black, very dark. It almost looks like legs of a dog, you know, but standing upright. It has kind of a tapered chest similar to a human. Dogs are a lot more narrow. This has shoulders, which dogs don't. The arms look very man-like. The ears look long and have little tufts on them that have been reported and seen in other photographs. And it looks like you can see kind of a snout, maybe with its mouth open slightly there. You can see kind of an indentation. When I saw these pictures, I got goosebumps. Now, I'm not Bigfoot Tony or Thinker Thunker or any great analyzer. Those guys, email me, mattsquatchpresents@gmail.com, and I can send you these pictures. I'm more than happy to have your guys' analyzation. What I see here is I took the picture and I turned the exposure all the way up. Whenever I have dark silhouetted figures, this is the first thing I do. And what this tells me is turned all the way up, he's still really dark. So this was some really dark fur here, like jet black fur. You can kind of see the shading. This is the same zoomed in photo in black and white. Black and white sometimes helps you get the outline of this thing, and you can see a pretty broad shoulder, big trapezoid muscles, looks like kind of ear tufts and kind of a snout coming out there. What that white thing is, kind of between the as you're looking at it, right shoulder and nose, I'm not sure. So this seems like your classic example of a hybrid-like creature between if you crossed a dog and a man, or a wolf and a man, like a werewolf, like people describe. So very eerie. Pictures are extremely rare. If you think pictures of Bigfoot are extremely rare, pictures of Dogman are extremely rare. To give you a little more background, he was on a trail when he spotted this thing, and he took the pictures and he booked it out of there, as you could understand. And what makes it remarkable is that he came across two other hikers that saw the same thing, and they talked about it, and then they all left. So to have pictures, multiple people saying that they saw the same thing in areas and parts of California that have been known to have dogmen before is pretty incredible.
In the 1860s, two sides of the United States battled brother against brother in what we now call the Civil War. Photographic technology was very primitive at this time, but there are many historical photos from this era that are amazing to see. One mysterious and old photo in particular has baffled people since it mysteriously appeared online. What appears to be a very large winged creature is laying dead on the ground, surrounded by 6 men in Civil War era uniforms, holding guns. There have been similar photos or recreations of this specific photo that have been proven to be faked, but many people, including experts and scientists, believe this one to be a completely genuine photo of a pteranodon, even though these creatures are said to have gone extinct 215 million years ago. Of course, the attention from experts doesn't mean it's impossible that it was faked, but the interest and excitement surrounding it definitely makes it more compelling than other leaked photos of supposed real dinosaurs. So what do you think? Is it possible that Pteranodon survived well into the 19th century, or perhaps even later? Or was this all some kind of hoax, using Photoshop and other effects to give it the appearance of a vintage photograph?